Welcome to the MTI Show. I'm Mike the Investor, and today we're going to be discussing some stablecoin news. The USDC stablecoin has now been adopted by a European Union regulated banking firm, and they also operate in European countries as well as the UK, and they're going to be adopting USDC for payment and also settlement methods. Now, we're also going to be diving into the overall stablecoin market cap just to see how close USDT and USDC are close together far as market cap. Now, before we dive into that, shout out to one of the partners on the channel, which is Crypto.com. Now, as investors, we understand it's been extremely hard to trust exchanges, and this is where the DeFi wallet by Crypto.com comes into play. Your keys, your crypto. So that way, no centralized authority is over it. You can still earn your passive income on crypto and stablecoins. You can also use different DApps depending on what your DeFi needs are. You can also utilize the NFT space if that's your thing. You can swap different cryptos as well, which is no problem. You also have your own store that you can operate in. You can send crypto and also choose how fast you want your transaction to be confirmed. And they also have their own desktop version as well, as far as their wallet extension. And so that way, using Crypto.com, if you're buying assets on the exchange, go ahead and move those off into your own personal wallet, so that way you have full control. There will be a link down in the description if you do want to check that out for yourself. But now let's go ahead and dive into the details of what's going on with the adoption of USDC and the new EU banking firm, Banking Circle. Let's check it out. Now, as we can see by the headline, the EU European Union regulated firm Banking Circle adopts USDC stablecoin, and the Banking Circle firm was launched in 2016. Now, as we move down to some of the highlighted sections, the Banking Circle, which is a European bank focused on cross-border payments, is adopting a major US dollar peg stablecoin for payment rails. Now, the adoption of the USD coin, which is USDC, on its platform as a payment acceptance and processing and settlement method. Now, the new payment feature is enabled as part of Banking Circle's new service, targeting banks and payment providers, allowing them to facilitate payments outside traditional bank rails. So you can see the adoption of stablecoins is still trying to grow outside the traditional space, with all the craziness going on in the markets today, with stable coins being depegged and all of that craziness, right? And then you have Coinbase, a major crypto exchange in the United States, will be one of the crypto liquidity providers for Bank Circle. And this is going to give more exposure to Coinbase. And we can see that the USDC integration is the bank's first move in the digital asset market. So this is their first move, right? And they chose USDC, the second largest stablecoin, instead of choosing Tether, the #1 largest stablecoin. Why is that? Now, the Banking Circle says we will be adding other USD peg stablecoins and those for other currencies in the future. And they go on to say they're looking to add a limited number of asset-backed stablecoins in Q3 of this year. Now, as we move down to the last few sections here, you can see that the firm also offers services in other European countries, such as the United Kingdom, and operating under limited supervision of the UK Financial Conduct Authority. Now, for those that may not know, the USDC stablecoin was launched in 2018 and as a joint project between Coinbase Crypto Exchange and Circle, a US-based blockchain payment firm. And if you understand who's behind Circle as well, you got the Digital Currency Group. You also have Consortium. There's a lot of big hands behind Circle as well. So if you can connect all the dots, this is also why USDC is being pushed so heavily. And so if we real quick can just kind of look at how Tether has been falling and USDC has been gaining, we can see that USDC market cap ratio hits the lowest on record. Now, notably, USDC market capitalization has grown by 8.27% since May, reaching its highest level of 55.9 billion on July 2nd. Now, it's not there currently. We're going to look at that here in a second. Now, in contrast, USDT has suffered an over 19% drop in its market valuation, currently trading around 66.14 billion. So where do you think some of that money has went? Some of that has went back into fiat, but a lot of that, in my opinion, has went into the USDC stablecoin, because a lot of people got out of Tether when the Terra collapse happened, right? And so I think a lot of this is being pushed over to USDC. Now, if you look right here, the USDT to USDC market cap ratio above 9 in August 2020. And here we are going on 2 years later, which will be next month. However, in July, it dropped to 1.20, all the way from 9, the lowest on record. So we can see that USDC is definitely gaining ground on Tether with less than 10 billion, but it's actually more than that. It's closer to about 12 billion or so. It says now separating the two stablecoins, USDC can surpass USDT by market capitalization in a few months, if not weeks. What do you think about that? Do you think USDC will overtake USDT? Let me know down in the comment sections, but let's briefly look at the 𝗘𝗧𝗏 stablecoin chart. Now, according to 𝗘𝗧𝗏, the total stablecoin market cap is 153.41 billion. And if we look down at the number 1 and number 2, number 1 is USDT Tether. We can see 66.4 billion. And if we move down to USDC, we can see 54.7 billion. So Tether is still up, right under that 12 billion mark. And so it's about 11.7, give or take, but right under 12 billion is how much Tether, has over USDC. So we can see that this is really close. Tether used to have a lot more over USDC, so we can definitely see USDC is constantly making grounds over Tether. So what do you think? Are we going to see USDC overthrow Tether? And if so, one thing to keep in mind, I don't know if that's going to be the fall of Tether, but one thing I think we will see, I think we may see a little bit of panic from investors, because a lot of people like to use Tether over USDC, right? And so I think we may see a little bit of panic if we see that happen. So that is something to kind of just, keep our mind on as investors. But that's all I got for you. I will see you on the next one.